Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fall Peters Township Character Counts Awards Night. I am Christian Lesnett. I am one of the assistant principals at the high school, and I am one of the coordinators of Peters Township Character Counts. If you've never heard of us, we are 20 years old as an organization. We were started by Dr. Bob Fredo. He is one of our retired principals from the district 20 years ago as part of his doctoral thesis. Peters Township Character Counts is an entity that is really made up of multiple entities. And what that is we are the confluence point for every organization in the township. We gather once a month for a lunch and an hour-long meeting where we share the initiatives that we're working on to promote character values in the township, and then we challenge one another, offer support to one another, and then coordinate award ceremonies like this. And if you came to the Rachel's Challenge event last year at the Bible Chapel, that was one of the events we coordinated as well. And so all are welcome to Character Counts meetings. We are for anyone that lives or works in the township. And then we also do these award ceremonies both in the fall and the spring, where we recognize people that have gone above and beyond in the realm of character. If you've never been to one of these award ceremonies, they are truly a special event, and I guarantee all of you will walk away impacted, inspired, and challenged to go out there and change your part of the world. You're going to hear some great stories tonight, both big and small, and the truth is they all matter and they all make a difference just the same. So, tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce our two MCs from our Peters Township Fire Department. We have our Chief, Michael McLaughlin, as well as our Peters Township Fire Inspector, Adam Cower.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. Christian, thank you so much for the introduction. Like he said, I'm the fire chief of Peters Township. I'm newly appointed to the position. I've been there for almost 5 months. Adam Cower is our fire inspector. I apologize we couldn't bring anybody else except the fire inspector, but this was a very low-paying job. So we're going to continue to adjust the mic a couple times. We could have planned a little better, but...
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got me by height, but when I grow up, I want to be the fire chief. And I don't mean age-wise, I mean height-wise, but so I don't want to steal all of his thunder, but back to the chief.
I seriously do want to thank Adam for being here tonight. It was one of the things he volunteered to do with me. He's one of the guys in the fire department that makes me look good every single day, so I appreciate him and all the guys and girls that support me and the cause of the fire department. That being said, we'd like to go ahead and get started with our nominees and our nominators. First up, I would like to call to the stage Abigail Smith, who was nominated by Mr. Steve Mayolo. We're going to stand. Abigail was nominated by Steve because she is one of the strongest students that he has ever had the pleasure of teaching. He knows this is where he's supposed to talk about how she exemplifies respect, responsibility, and honesty, qualities that Abby certainly possesses. But these are not the only things that define a person's character. Her tenacity, her grit, her presence, and her positive attitude never wavered in all the time that I have known her. Since this award is about recognizing individuals who have a special character, Abby is more than deserving of such an honor. Congratulations, Abby. Thank you.
Since the chief forgot to mention, if the fire alarm goes off, you have to exit the building, okay?
Exits are back there.
But anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen. We pull that thing once a month and get everybody out of the building, so we don't need to do it tonight. But so the nominee is Leah Schisner. and nominated by Alyssa Snyder, so if you'd come forward. And my final disclaimer for tonight, if we mess names up, we're firemen. We read addresses on your houses. We don't typically read your name, so we're going to do our best. Lee, yeah, he told me. I didn't type it, sorry. All right, so Lee is on the board for the PTYCA cheerleading. My daughters are on both her team that Lee is also a mom. She has taken on so much responsibility as cheer, uniform mom, treasurer on the board, plus team manager for Squad 3. She always has a smile on her face and is so kind and helpful. Last week, the field ran out of toilet paper, clearly not her responsibility. And she took it upon herself to make sure we resolved that so everyone could be comfortable. We all know how important that is. We're lucky to have Lee as a part of our community, everybody. Lee.
From now on, too, if the nominators are in the audience, if you could come forward as well with your nominees. Our next nominee, we have a couple of them, Stephanie Van Balen, Missy Giaquinto, and Liz Bladel, nominated by Fran Lund and Tammy Kern. The three women we have here embody the traits of respect, responsibility, and honesty. They are leaders and are always willing to go out of their way to help others. They inspire the staff and the students with their creativity, their willingness, and their cooperative and their compassion for others. They have worked countless hours to raise money for Ronald McDonald House, St. Jude, and Children's Hospital, Free Care Fund, while engaging the middle school students in a dance-a-thon. In addition to the dance-a-thon, this school year, these teachers are organizing several activities to raise $25,000 for the Ronald McDonald House, including an escape room and scavenger hunt, hot chocolate breakfast, pie in the face, candy cane grams. All of these are activities that allow students and teachers to become active participants in the fundraising process. Due to their selfless efforts, Peters Township Middle School has raised over $51,000. We are honored to be their colleagues and friends and are amazed each day with their dedication for helping others.
Showing off. All right, our next nominee would be Rebecca Bowman, and nominated by Kim Mitchell, so if you'd come forward. So Mrs. Bowman volunteered to advise all the McMurray students who participated in History Day last year. We were new to History Day and very appreciative of the support and guidance she provided. She was also patient and challenged us to do our best work. Mrs. Bowman went out of her way to meet with us outside of school hours and even invited all the participants to her home one evening as a group so we could practice and see each other's projects. She spent countless hours reviewing and providing feedback to prepare us for the competition. She taught us respect in how she was treating us, and she reminded us to be respectful of other participants and the judges at the competition. She taught us to be responsible for our work in meeting deadlines and attention to detail. And she expected us to be honest and properly cite all of our references and create the original project. We were proud to represent Peters Township at the regional and state competitions, and that was a large part due to Mrs. Bowman, her love of history, and her character and leadership, everybody. Mrs. Bowman.
The next nominee is Mr. Jeff Sudol, nominated by Mrs. Erin Boni. Mr. Sudol couldn't make it tonight, but the words from Mrs. Boni are as such. I'm sure that if Mr. Sudol has been nominated for this before, what I have experienced with him as a teacher and working with Jeff is that he's a truly caring person, thoughtful individual who works to make the school better by counseling students who are the most in need. While the counselor is seen often as a scheduler or a college paperwork shuffler, the actual well-being of their students is his first priority. In addition, along with working with our students, he often ends up counseling our staff as well, helping us deal with uncharted waters that our students experience that may not be a part of our own narrative. I don't know how to express my appreciation for the hours he puts in, the thoughtful replies, and the calm disposition he uses to diffuse heated situations. He's an unsung hero. His job is to always help, and it goes unnoticed daily. So, Mr. Sudol, congratulations.
So the next nominee is going to be a large group, but this next name is one of the reasons why I gave the disclaimer at the beginning of the night. So the nominees will be Maddie Bemetsrider, hope I did good, Maddie Gleski, Maggie Kriz, Hannah Walter, Taylor Montgomery, Jess Shell, Elizabeth Narone, Kelsey Ald. Nominated by Alyssa Simmons, Amanda Simmons, Courtney Regal, and Angelina Simmons. Over the past 3 years, we have seen this group of girls mature into wonderful leaders and examples for the younger cheerleaders in our program. Coming back to coach cheerleading after several years away from the sport was a little intimidating, and the idea of working with a whole new group of students can be challenging. However, meeting this wonderful group of 8, now seniors, made that transition much easier. Individually, each of these young women respect their peers, their coaches, and anyone they interact with. As a group, they display to those around them what teamwork means, how respect for one another and balancing different talents creates a group that is better together than individually. They lift one another up and support each other in ways we sometimes can only hope for. The kindness they display daily, both in practice and out in the community, is unparalleled. I cannot speak more highly of the group of girls that stand before you. They are kind, motivated, encouraging, and silly at times. And above all, they are positive members of the Peters Township community. Ladies and gentlemen, the group of 8.
Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage nominee Jennifer Henko, nominated by Elizabeth Rush. Written by Elizabeth, Jen is always willing to lend a hand and take on a new project. She rocks the PTA book fair, teaches us Members Hub when we're all confused, volunteers for all things, and always has a smiling face in our school. She's willing to be patient when you're learning new skills, and it's just a joy to work with. Jen makes us laugh and supports her fellow parents in whatever way she can. Jen's a great mom and a great asset to our district. Pleasant Valley is so lucky to have her. Jennifer, congratulations.
The next nominee would be Judy Alexander, nominated by Mr. Christian Lesnett. Judy is dedicated to bringing real-world opportunities to students at Peters Township High School. She's always thinking of the next trip, wellness walk, disability awareness event, or work-based experience for teachers and students. She is a sponsor of our Trust Crew at Peters Township High School and has coordinated many, many charitable and community-based events in her tenure at Peters Township High School. We greatly appreciate her efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, Judy Alexander.
Next, if Brad Sherwood could come to the stage, who was nominated by Jennifer Poland. Mr. Sherwood always goes above and beyond to make my kid's day extra special. I always hear him tell my older daughter when she gets off the bus that she did a good job today, and other words of encouragement. He never fails to give my younger daughter a high five every single day. My daughters always tell me how much encouragement he gives the kids every day. This is so important at the end of a long day. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Sherwood.
Okay, our next nominee will be Kelly and Renato Antunes, nominated by Danielle O'Neill. So if you're here, come forward. Come on. That's okay.
Bring them all up.
My high five. All right. There you go. How you doing? Renato and Kelly strive to care and shepherd orphans and neglected children. They've been working closely with at-risk youth through the Bear Foundation for 5 years and continue to provide loving, safe homes for foster children. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly and Renato Antunes.
Shelley, how do you know you need one more picture? You didn't even look at him yet. You just know? It's one of those things. You're just that good. Our next nominee is Mr. Rob Hassett, nominated by Mac Kelly. Mr. Hassett, or Rob as everybody knows him, is the very first person I think of when I think of great character and the Character Counts nominee. I've known Rob ever since he was my 5th grade bus driver at McMurray, and he was and still is my favorite person to see during the school day. Many other students would agree with me that Rob takes the time to get to know everybody he interacts with on a day-to-day basis. There are always so many students that stop to see him in the halls, and he loves talking with everybody. He is a very kind and caring about others, and my conversations with him before school, even on the rainiest, coldest mornings, make the day 10 times better. He always has a smile on his face because he truly loves what he's doing. There hasn't been a single morning this school year where I haven't seen Rob. He is very responsible. He is very kind and dependable and an enjoyable person to have in the school district. And I wholeheartedly believe that he is a great example of what it takes to have true character. Congratulations, Mr. Hassett. What's that? Okay. This is where I look to you, Mr. Lesnett, because our script ends. However, oh, well, let's get it. Let's play. We'll strike up a tune. But seriously, the fire department is actually new to the Character Counts Committee and new to the lunches. And when we had the opportunity to take a part in that, it's something that we jumped on right away. We try to take the time on the first Tuesday of every month to make sure that we're there because recognizing people like this, it's extremely important. This is the type of character that we try to embody in all of our firefighters, all of our township employees, and everybody that's a part of this community. We're very fortunate here. I've lived and worked in other communities, not to say that they're any worse or any better than ours, but it's one of those things that when you have people that truly care about each other like we do here, it's what makes your day go better. It's what puts a smile on your face and makes you look forward to getting up the next day and going to work. I truly appreciate the opportunity to come in and host or play host to this event, and I do want to thank Adam for coming here tonight. He jumped on the opportunity as well. This is one of those things that Mr. Lesnett said. We have 2 ceremonies each year, one in the spring and one in the fall. If you know somebody that's worthy, please nominate them, and it's always a rolling nomination. So the nominations are always open and never closed, correct? Is there anything else you would like me to do? If we could please bring all of our nominees and our nominators up for a group photo all together at the front of the stage. We'll take one and then have some refreshments.